And we're back with Nicholas Munson from the Marketing and Communications Office. So
Yeah.
can you tell us just a little bit about, your job here and what the Marketing and Communications Office does on campus?
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's good to be here, Jimmy. Thanks for inviting me, and happy day of giving to everyone in the Marymount University community today. So I'm the Director of Communications, so I oversee and implement the comprehensive communication strategy for the university at large, helping all areas of the university get promoted internally as well as externally, working with things such as media relations, social media strategy, photography, videography, speech writing even. So definitely kind of busy spreading the Marymount story far and wide, and also along the way trying to convince prospective Marymount students that this can be their home for the next 4 years or beyond with graduate school and the like.
What do you think are some of the most important results of that work?
Being able to see the Marymount University brand grow in local media outlets, national media outlets. We're blessed to be 5-6 miles away from the center of Washington, D.C., America's media capital alongside New York City. So a lot of national news organizations are also based right down the road. So lends a lot of opportunities for Marymount to get noticed as we continue to grow along with the strategic plan goals. What better place to be than right in the backyard of the National Capital Region.
And how has the pandemic affected, the news you have to get out, but also maybe, what has impressed you about how the student body, worked through that over the last 2 years?
Well, I started here at Marymount back in June of 2019, so I always tell people, I had a little bit of a taste of what a normal academic year looks like. And then, you could kind of see it coming in February that year, like with all the talk and the chatter going on as it continued to spread worldwide. And then with the lockdown in March and every higher education institution having to go virtual in a span of days, us included. So that changed, the daily and the long-term goals for everyone across the university. And I know for us, a big part of my job, creating videos to promote different aspects of the university, whether it's student achievements or faculty research, all those things kind of had to get stopped right away and didn't really know when it was going to come back. We ended up incorporating a lot of Zoom interviews for different things, like you've been seeing during the breaks here in the live stream. You can kind of tell when we were able to interview someone in person and kind of capture them, up close, or maybe we had to resort to the virtual aspect and do something over Zoom. Kind of just doing whatever was available to us at the time, but just kept our head down, kept going, and now luckily we're all back in school and everyone's at the campus is very populated and active again, so that's always great to see.
That's a great point that I should have mentioned. Your office is the one that produces most of the videos that you're seeing in between, as we get prepared, as we stage our next interviews. So we're focusing on alumni participation here on Day of Giving. Your office tells a lot of, alum stories. Are there any particularly interesting ones that, come to mind, or, ones that stand out?
Yeah. Just watching a few minutes ago on the live stream, Nana's project in Ghana. Had the pleasure of interviewing her and meeting her just before the pandemic began around that winter, and hearing about her journey at Marymount and getting the master's degree here, and then her passion and dedication for helping out of what really was a tragedy for her family, losing her uncle so suddenly in Ghana, and turning what was a sad story into a positive story and changing the lives of so many in disadvantaged communities in Ghana, in rural areas, is really fun to put that project together and showcase what our alumni are doing. And kind of a result of that and her involvement with the university, it was great to see her be a commencement speaker this past year back in May. So having playing a small part in telling the stories of people like Nana's really keeps me going in this job.
Well, thank you for joining us today and for all the work your office does do to tell some of those stories about Marymount.
You bet. Thank you, Jimmy.
All right, we'll be right back.